They did it again. 118, 111, 34.7 seconds in round one. They win. Round two, 119, 112, 46.7 seconds. They win. And then yesterday, 112, 121 with 52.5 seconds remaining. They win. I'm telling you, the Pacers are the team of destiny. And my goodness, good for Tyrese Halliburton. Voted the most overrated by his peers and currently dominating his peers in the NBA playoffs. And guess what? He's one of the clutchest players we have ever seen. 12 of 14 on game-tying and go-ahead shots in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter / overtime this season. He is 5 of 6 on them in the playoffs. And yesterday, the Indiana Pacers were lost offensively in the 11 minutes he was off the court. They posted a 100 offensive rating. Not only that, we know they love to pass the rock. They had a 28.6 assist percentage in those minutes. And they lost to Halliburton minutes by -12. And in the third quarter into the fourth, I was like, what is Rick Carlisle doing? He's kind of taking this game not too serious. He's acting like it's the regular season. But my goodness, big old Rick did make up for it with those two clutch challenges. But please, my guy, we don't need Thomas Bryant out there for too long. When Halliburton was on the court, 42 minutes plus 15. Pacers posted a 137.2 offensive rating with a 125.6 defensive rating, so they still struggled defensively. Also, that assist percentage skyrocketed to 54.5% with Halliburton on the court. Something to keep an eye on moving forward, the Knicks starting five really struggled. They played 25 minutes and 50 seconds, -16. They posted 167.4 defensive rating. Mitchell Robinson, once again, was one of their most impactful players on the night. They had a plus 16.5 net rating with him on the court. Meanwhile, with him off the court, -14.2 net rating. He's been doing this all postseason long. He's great defensively. He can switch on to anyone. He can protect the rim. But also, as you guys know, it feels like he grabs every offensive rebound. And usually, when he grabs it, he kicks it out to a three-point shooter. And it feels like they make it every single time when that does happen. So I think moving forward for the Knicks, if they were smart, they would play more double big lineups and have Mitchell Robinson out there as much as possible. I will say, the Pacers did a good job solving the Mitchell Robinson problem that they were having all night long in overtime. And this Obi Toppin dunk was ridiculous to seal the game. He double pumps, takes a slap to the wrist, goes through it like it's nothing and slams it home. Are you kidding me? This is the thing I love about the Pacers. Everyone contributes. He also had the key tip in after Halliburton missed that three. The Aaron Nesmith takeover was insane, but how did he generate these looks? Well, he's trying to screen for Halliburton to get Brunson on to Hallie, but Brunson doesn't want to, so Thomas Bryant then screens Brunson as he tries to recover back to Nesmith. The next one is just simply Mikal Bridges not really caring because he thinks the game is over. He's going under, and then he just accepts the screen. Same thing with Karl Anthony Towns, sitting in heavy drop. I mean, at this point, you should just be inviting them into the paint. A three does much more damage. Again, they're trying to attack Jalen Brunson. Great screen from Shepherd sets up everything 2 on Hallie now. So it's a 3-on-2 situation on the weak side. So then Brunson made a basket. Look at how quick they get up the court. Pascal Siakam is driving with 21 seconds on the shot clock. And that creates everything because OG drifted so far back. So that quick pass and screen is enough for Nesmith to fire away. Another just lackadaisical play from the Knicks. I can't fathom that they were living with threes rather than just living with contested twos. I mean, get up on Siakam, pressure him, make him beat you to the rim. It is what it is. I guess they just had the mindset, eventually he's going to miss. Again, Siakam dribbling up the court, and Cat just accepts that he's getting screened. I don't know if OG was anticipating this switch because he's just chilling below the perimeter. And can we just acknowledge how tough this shot is? To complete his heat check, Josh Hart's given tons of effort. He's right there, but then he slips. He's touching the ground, and right there is enough to fire away. My goodness. Now, I think what you saw most in that film we just went over is fatigue. Shout out the Hot Hand Theory. They tweeted most played lineups of the Final Four teams. The Knicks, 292 minutes for their starting five. The next closest is the Pacers with 184 minutes, but that's a big drop off. And when you're tired, it's more likely you're not going to pay attention and do the small details in order to win the game. And again, small things like this is why I love the Pacers. Turner gets the block, and it leads to a Nembhard three on the other end of the floor. Of course, he's going to make it. He makes every single clutch shot. So the next offensive possession was after a long review, so I'm sure in the timeout they went over what they wanted to do. Why not feed the guy who just made a clutch three? You have Nesmith screening for him, trying to get that Brunson matchup, and it's initiated. That's all they wanted, and he goes right at him with full confidence and takes the lead. And the thing is, up until this point, Nembhard was very, very quiet. But ultimately, this idea is what makes them such a great team. They don't have one guy they just allow to handle 24/7. If someone's the hot hand, they're going to feed them, and they're going to get everyone involved. Nesmith was on fire. They made sure to feed him every single time down the stretch in that fourth quarter. Nembhard makes a clutch three. Let's give him another opportunity. Meanwhile, for the Knicks in overtime, it was Jalen Brunson or die, and ultimately he just did not have it in overtime. And my goodness, Tyrese is a superstar to say the least. They had zero answers for him yesterday. This right here was a common theme, just skirting past his initial defender because he's too fast. He gets into the paint, and he's so smart. He knows exactly what's going on. Everyone's focused on him. He knows the next pass is to Aaron Nesmith. Josh Hart believes it. You believe it right now. But guess what? He's using his eyes to his advantage. He's hitting Miles Turner butt booty naked in the corner for three. Unfortunate miss. I don't care. I'll live with that type of shot quality all night long. He's averaging 9.5 assists per game in the NBA playoffs, only 2.1 turnovers per game. But on top of that, he has that killer mentality, and he has been cooking in isolation. Every time I talk about the Pacers, I bring this up because it's a huge improvement. 1.17 points per possession in isolation in the playoffs this year. 85.4 percentile. That's better than Shea. 1.01 points per possession. Obviously, I'm just putting in perspective how crazy he's been in isolation. He's not better than Shea in isolation because Shea plays with lesser offensive pieces in terms of perimeter shooting. Overall, there's more attention on him when he's driving because, he's looking to score rather than pass. But it's just a crazy combination to have right now. Halliburton is playmaking at a historic clip. He's not turning the rock over, but he's also step back cheesing in everyone's grill. That's all I got. I just enjoy the brand of basketball from Tyrese Halliburton and the Pacers. I hope they win it all. Let me know your thoughts below in the comment section.